Hello flight simmers, welcome back to the channel and welcome to our next full flight video. Today we are back in the 777 freighter in the Lufthansa Cargo colors. I think it is the first time we are flying the Lufthansa Cargo colors, and I'm very much looking forward to it. It's an absolutely stunning aircraft we are having here in the new Lufthansa colors. And yes, we are sitting here at Frankfurt at our home base basically, and we are on a 3.5 hour flight over to Tel Aviv. So yeah, this is one of the Lufthansa rotations which happens quite regularly. So this aircraft would go down to Tel Aviv, then on to Cairo, and from Cairo back to Frankfurt. Pretty short cargo rotation in a way. And also this is one of the rotations which is still sometimes operated by the MD-11, which is now pretty close to the last phase out of the Lufthansa Cargo fleet. But now also some 777s are operating on this route, and that's what we are going to do today. We are departing Frankfurt at around 5 PM local time, so we will hit the sunset somewhere along the route and then get to Tel Aviv when it's dark, and then hopefully have a nice landing into Tel Aviv as well. Weather, I think it's okay. A few clouds, a little bit rainy every now and then, but for the moment it's looking okay. And also we are flying online, so we are logged into VATSIM. We have Frankfurt Tower online at the moment, which is very cool. So GSX is close to finishing the loading already. We are going to jump into the flight deck and start to prepare. Frankfurt Tower, guten Morgen, die Lufthansa Cargo 8290, Information Alpha, requesting clearance to Tel Aviv.
Lufthansa 7 Alpha Alpha, monitor Unicom, schönen Flug.
Lufthansa 7 Alpha Alpha, over Unicom, want to shoot us mehr, danke fürs Lotsen, tschüss.
Lufthansa Cargo 8290, Frankfurt Tower, schönen guten Morgen, Information Alpha current, Data approved, cleared Kopenhagen, disregard, cleared Tel Aviv, Windy 37 departure route, flight en route, climb for us at 4000 feet, squawk 2007.
Cleared to Tel Aviv, runway 18, Cindy 3 Sierra departure, altitude 4000 feet and squawk 2007, Lufthansa Cargo 8290.
Lufthansa Cargo 8290, read back correct.
Right, so we have the clearance. Yeah, you want to clear us to Copenhagen. That would not be too great.
Lufthansa 5 Alpha Alpha, request taxi.
Okay, why is that not working?
Lufthansa 5 Alpha Alpha, taxi on point runway 25 center, via November 5, Lima 6.
November 5, Lima 6, turning point 2.
Right, maybe I will quickly switch this around until we are ready to go. Then we don't need to listen to this all the time. Right, so we have the clearance. We are flying, departing runway 18, Cindy 3 Sierra departure, which is this one here. So max 220 knots until the first turn. And yeah, then on to Antix Cindy, and initial altitude is 4000, which can already go in here. And right, route is loading in. We have the performance. So let's see, we are fairly heavy today in zero fuel weight. That's almost maxed out. I think just 5 tons shy of max zero fuel weight, but for a 3.5 hour flight, of course, not too heavy in the takeoff weight. Cost index, according to SimBrief, is 32. I will go with that. And step size, yeah, let's leave some steps in there. I think that's good. And reserve is gonna be 8.9. Like that. Then we're gonna do the departure. Cindy 3 Sierra. We will have the winds. Okay, already in there, I think. VNAV transition altitude is 5000. Right, I think this is already looking very good. 12.1 on arrival, and that's going to be very quick now. So let's go ahead and fire up the APU. Right, and then let's see. So yeah, 250, 2500 above. So when is the first term coming up? Max to 20 until established on 116. Okay, so 220 throughout the turn. And we are allowed to turn at 800 feet or 12 miles read, whichever is later. Okay, so we are going to dial in read, which is 12.2. Like that. And then we could set up the range ring. We could set up the range ring, and we are not allowed to turn before we are getting to that range ring. Yeah, but you can see how close this is. So yeah, 12 miles or 800 feet, sticking to 220 knots. Right, looking good. Then we're gonna have the departure thrust limit. So we will do some calculations now. We can think about doing some shortcut, but I think, so we are parked over here. I think he will just put out our November, so we will have the full length available. And yeah, we'll do the doors in a second. So that's runway 18. Conditions are dry at the moment. And then we have winds of 180 at 6. So that's a nice headwind of 6 knots. Perfect. 18 degrees, 1017. Takeoff, optimum, PAX auto, anti-ice auto, and weight and balance. Read from aircraft. And okay, apparently landing weight is a bit high. And that's also in pounds. Okay, so takeoff weight of 279.8. Like that. Calculate. And so flap 5, selected temperature 55. That's a climb 2, which makes sense. Center of gravity, we can enter the wind here as well, so 180 at 6. And outside air temperature at the moment is 18 degrees. I think we can leave that as it is. Acceleration and thrust reduction 1500, which is fine, but engine out acceleration I want to be higher than that, so that's going to be 1900. Right, and then double checking the speeds, 161, 64, 66. So you can see it is rather high considering that it's only short flight. I think the landing is going to be quite interesting, close to max landing weight. Right. Doors, close all, and now we are really getting there. So let's make sure, yeah, APU is running. We can disconnect primary external power, and then we can put on the packs as well. Beacons are coming on. We will have the hydraulics, fuel pumps coming on. And the center ones and the other demand pumps, like that. Then we are good to run some checklists. So pre-flight oxygen, captain sight tested 100%, flight instruments heading 247 and altimeters 1017, 1017 and 1017. Parking brake is set. Right, yeah, signs are coming on. And then let's dial back to the frequency, and then we can soon ask for the pushback already. So we will, yeah, let's ask for GSX first. Also we need to arm all the doors. Right. Okay, flight directors, LNAV, VNAV, that's done. And I think we are good for the before start checklist. So MCP is set, takeoff speeds, we have done those, CD pre-flight completed. Trim is free at 0 units, taxi and takeoff briefing, yeah, we have talked about both of them very well.
Hello Captain, we are ready for pushback.
Okay, seems like there's still some stuff connected. Let me get rid of that. Ground connections, remove everything. And this is going to TA only, squawk mode Charlie for the transponder. And yeah, PMDG is coming in to take away the air conditioning unit. I would just take a second. Lufthansa Cargo 8290 ready for push and start.
Lufthansa Cargo 8290, pushback approved, facing south.
Push approved, facing south, Lufthansa Cargo 8290. Right. Oh no, now I think I've... tail is going to the right, yeah, that's correct.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin is
Alrighty.
Release parking brake. Commencing push. All
This is
engines
going
clear.
off,
Start
and
engine.
off we go. Everything looking good up there. Let's double check that thrust levers are idle, which they are. Okay, and then we are good to fire up the engine, so starting engine number 2. Now recently, thanks to the comments from you guys, I've learned, and that's quite interesting, that for the Pratt & Whitney and also the Rolls-Royce engines on the 777 we can do a simultaneous engine start, but we cannot do that for the GE engines since they require more bleed air. And yeah, here we have the GE engines on the aircraft, so we have to start them one by one. Right, engine number 2 is running, starting number 1. Let's tune in the VORs on both sides.
Set parking brake.
Yeah, so again, like we've already seen on the last flight into Munich, bit of autumn colors coming up here, since it's now September already. It's crazy how quick this year went past, especially the first half of the year. I feel like was not even existing, basically due to the fact that we've been waiting just for better times in terms of all this corona stuff. Alrighty, okay, and back to focusing on the flying.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Engine number 1 is firing up, that's the starter cutout. And we have 2 good engine starts. So, generators are on. We can kill the APU. We will set RTO. We will have the trim 5.5 for the takeoff. So trimming it up a bit.
Left is clear, right is clear.
There we are. And yeah, then flaps 5. Flight control check for left. full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, and the rudder, full left and full right, neutral, right, and wait, did we do the before taxi? Right, there's no after start checklist. Okay, anti-ice is not required. Recall is checked. Outbreak RTO. Flight controls are checked. Ground equipment is clear. Before takeoff checklist. Flaps are set. Position 5. Cool. A lot of messages on here, but that's all fine. Auto brake, APU cool down. Okay. Parking brake, doors, seatbelts on. All right. So, quick look at the airport maps so you guys can see where we need to go. Yeah, so we are here on November 13, and we will simply take right on November most likely. I hate that we can't move around here, and then on to runway 18. Lufthansa Cargo 8290, ready for taxi.
Lufthansa Cargo 8290, taxi on report runway 18 via November.
Holding point runway 18 via November, Lufthansa Cargo 8290. Righty. Parking brake and taxi lights. Let's see how much power we need. We are starting to roll, looking good. Right, left is clear, right is clear, we are taking the right hand turn. Yeah, actually it's really a pity that Lufthansa is phasing out the MD-11s. Especially since there is an MD-11 in development, I think by, what are they called, TFDI Designs or something like that. It's a company which also has the Boeing 717 available. And I guess it's coming at a fairly high quality, but I think by the time we get it, it's not really flying. At least not for Lufthansa Cargo. I guess the American operators like FedEx, they still have it in the fleet for some time. Yeah, this aircraft is
Lufthansa Cargo 8290, wind 180 degrees, 6 knots, runway 18, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 18, Lufthansa Cargo 8290. Righty. So let's get ahead here. Turn on the lights on, strobes, low and wing lights are not required today, and everything looking good. Yeah, not too much traffic here at the moment. That's why he cleared us quite early. Right, and I'm afraid after that, after the tower frequency, it's gonna be Unicom. And also I just noticed why he wanted to clear us to Copenhagen, because Copenhagen has a live event going on, I think for the entire day. So they are already online. And I guess many people heading off to Copenhagen today. Right, traffic, weather, and we have traffic, terrain. Okay, just a quick recap on the departure. So 800 feet or 12 miles, we have to pass the range ring there. And we need to keep below 220 knots until established on the leg after the turn.
Bravo, correct. Cleared Amsterdam, 17 Mike, departure route, flight and route, climb via set level 70.
Right, starting the flight time. I didn't set the heading. It's a bad airmanship. Something like this should work. Right, ready to rock and roll, so let's do it. Power's coming up. Power established. Toga. Ah, that's the beautiful roar from the engines. Oh, look at this, guys. Very high humidity today in the air. Stunning. Right.
9676 Frankfurt Tower, good day.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of a takeoff run after all. V1 rotate.
V2.
Nice and slow rotation. 10 degrees, we are airborne.
Ready to climb.
Gear up. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, let's focus on the flying. So that's 800. We are not at the range ring yet, so keeping to the present heading. Not before 12 miles, now it's 12.6.
Lufthansa Cargo 8290, monitor Unicom. Tschüss.
Unicom for Lufthansa Cargo 8290, ciao. Yeah, that's Unicom for us. And 12 miles, left hand turn. And accelerating now. Flaps 1. Oh, very, very nice so far. Pitching down a little bit, give the aircraft a better chance to speed up. Yeah, I'm not quite following the flight director now since it's heading to the first waypoint, but it will then switch around. Yeah, now it's coming back in. It's better. Right, good day for some manual flying. Flags are coming up. That's 4,000 feet, but we can keep it climbing. I think 330 initially. Okay, and autopilot. Very nice. Why are we not climbing? We should be. I think now we are. Turn off and taxi lights. No slides. Right, after takeoff checklist is completed. Yeah, now we are in a nice climb here, 4,000 feet. Crazy. Okay, so that's basically it for the departure already. I will put you guys into music and cruise mode, and then I hope to meet you back for the landing into Tel Aviv, and also I really hope that we will get some ATC down there. And yeah, see you in a bit. Enjoy. Hello folks, welcome back. So here we are close to Tel Aviv, and unfortunately no ATC online at the moment. So we are on Unicom and planning the descent and the arrival on our own. So yeah, I have to admit, pretty weird arrival route here into Tel Aviv. I think I did it before on a flight. I can't quite remember which one it was. It's some time ago, but yeah, so that's the arrival we are flying. We are going to have an ILS landing runway 30, and you can see the star is huge, and also lots of altitude constraints, and these are very, very low. So we started the descent way out there, and yeah, now we are coming into, let's see, VATAC, approaching 8,000 feet, so over here, and still well, I'm guessing we still have at least 60 miles to fly at 8,000 feet, so that's pretty crazy, but that's apparently what they want us to do. I would really like to know if that's the same kind of stuff we would get when ATC is online, but unfortunately I have no idea. And yeah, so that's that. Yeah, speed 230 at Addons, 6,000 above. I've set 6,000 in the altitude for now. And then we will do the ILS. Where is it? Here it is. So Addons is the transition, and that's quite a beautiful arrival here, coming over those mountains, coming in fact very close to the terrain, and then the right hand turn onto the ILS, and it's also a little bit steeper than usual, 3.2 degrees, but other than that pretty straightforward. In case we go around 5,000 feet heading out towards the ocean, which makes a lot of sense. And yeah, so the cargo apron is going to be down here. We are landing 30, and there's really only one high speed exit, which is interesting for us, which is all the way down there. So although we are fairly heavy today, I've only set auto brake 2. We will do a full config landing, so flap 30, you can see the difference between 25 and 30, and that's due to the fact that we are pretty close to max landing weight. I did the calculations before. Let's see if we can still see it. Weight and balance. So there we are, that's max landing weight, and there we are, so pretty close. Now we have I'll read from aircraft, 253, okay, getting a little bit lower, and then we can recalculate. So required roughly 7,500 out of 10,000, quite easy with an auto brake 2 setting. Wind straight on the nose, 11 knots, 327 degrees, so very nice weather here at Tel Aviv. And yeah, now it's only really like flying along the star and getting there. Now there's finally some land coming into sight at least. Tel Aviv is down there, that's the downtown. Right, and I believe that's pretty much it from the flight deck for now, and then I will, yeah, I think I will make another shortcut, otherwise it's going to get too long, the video, and then I will meet you back for the final. Right, so now we are closing in on the final approach, and also we will start to slow down now. You can hear the terrain call out. Let's set flap 1. I did put the wing lights on, so it's nice and bright on the wing view here. And here we can see how close we are to the terrain right now. That's pretty fascinating. Right, so next up, Rosso, actually speed 185, let's go flaps 5 then. Getting a bit more drag out there. Okay, and now we are 14 miles out, that's quite perfect. We can yeah, arm the localizer, and then later on also the approach mode. We can already arm the speed brakes. I don't think we will need them on this approach. And yeah, we're gonna need flap 15 in order to get to speed 185. So flap 15 is set. Yeah, now it's we have a nice early config, and that makes a lot of sense since the glide is a little bit steeper than we are used to at 3.2 degrees. So that makes sense. Localizer is captured, and we can arm approach mode. Very cool. Yeah, descending down to 3,200, and there we will meet the glide slope in the latest. Okay, it wants to go speed 170, which is fine with me. We don't need flaps 20 for this, so that's okay. Right, and then I believe the airport should load any second. Yeah, there it's loading in. Nice. Okay, 9 miles out. Yeah, now we're getting pretty close, but I think we are still within the limits there. That's okay. Glide slope is captured, so this is coming to 5,000. Okay, and we are nicely established on the final approach, 8 miles out. That's working quite nice, at least until now. And landing lights are on. We will turn turn-offs and taxi lights on, and now we really have every single light switched on which is available. Dropping the gear. Waiting, yeah, gear down, that's it. And flap 20. Right, final approach speed again, 147 plus 5 makes it 152. And flaps full. Then a landing checklist should be completed any second. Right, since we are flying Lufthansa, although we are in the 777, we will nevertheless still do it with manual thrust, according to company procedures. I'm not that used to manual thrust in the 777. I hope it works out fine. Okay, landing checklist completed. And there's no traffic down there at the airport, so we don't need to bother about making a call on the frequency. Getting a little bit slow. And autopilot off my aircraft. Now let's see. Yeah, wind is straight on the nose, which is very good. Touch high, correcting a bit. Glide slope coming back in. Right, looking very good so far.
400.
I like the night lighting of the airport. Looks pretty cool from up here.
300. Approaching minimums. 200.
Yeah, we could switch off the flight directors, continue, but I want to focus on the flying now.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Okay, flare,
10.
retard. A little bit hard. A little bit late on the flare. I'd reverse. But I think it was okay. I mean, it was definitely not a greaser, but it was okay. Right, decel. And we will take this high-speed exit coming up there, 60 knots, manual forward. Sorry, idle forward, of course. Getting confused here with all the wording. Okay, 30 knots, beautiful. So, welcome to Tel Aviv, everyone. Flight time 3 hours and 34. Retracting the flaps. Now it's gonna be a little bit of a taxi. And landing lights are coming off and strobes are coming off. We will take a left-hand turn over here. Slowing down a bit for the turn. Yeah, left-hand turn and then straight down there, and the cargo apron is gonna be on the other end of the airport. Okay, quickly finishing the after landing flows, and yeah, I think we can pop on the APU. It's not gonna be too much of a taxi now. And we have traffic, terrain, VORs, and traffic, weather, and VORs. Yeah, still I don't know how to recycle all that stuff. Probably have to change the ILS frequency. Oh, I'm just noticing I forgot to pop the transponder to TARA early on. Whoopsies, sorry about that. Okay, now let's pick a gate. So cargo apron down here. I think we can take one of these. What is it? It's hard to read. Lima 2, maybe something like that. Lima. It's all small, so let's check the. I think the others are the Juliets. Juliet 8. Where about is that? All the way down there? No, that's. Okay, let's go Juliet 2. It will work, nevertheless. Yeah, no idea. Right. Okay, should we do a single engine taxi? And I think it makes sense in these conditions. So, APU should be running. It's a bit hard not knowing the exact procedures for this plane. Let's check electric. And hydraulic. Okay, I guess if we kill the second engine we still have the electric pump. And then yeah, APU's on. I think it should be fine. Okay, crossing the runway, we should pop on these strobes. So Sim Toolkit Pro is giving me a landing rate of 448 feet per minute. I don't know, it didn't feel quite that hard, but maybe it's not too far off either. Okay, strobes back to off. Now it should be. Is this Juliet coming up here? Yeah, there's GSX, might be right. I think it might be Juliet. Ooh, Ooh, there's some plane in the hangar. That looks fancy. Yeah, it has to be Juliet, although there are really no signs here. Yeah, see, we still have hydraulic pressure due to the electric pump. The same should be for the air, yeah. Yeah, so I guess in the 777 there's really nothing else to do except firing up the APU, of course. But then I think we are good to kill one engine. Okay, the final turn coming up. Maybe going a little bit fast. Getting there. Okay, a little bit too far, but I think we are good. So, parking brake, killing engine number 1, clock time 3:49. Which one is it? No, I forgot. Yeah, I think it's the left one. Alrighty. Yeah, first of all, some dome lights. And then we have the seat belts, fuel pumps, we have the hydraulics, we have the beacons and wing lights, and right, then let's make sure we have the ground connections in here. Ground power request, deboarding. And doors, disarm all, entry 1 and cargo, forward after, and main deck. Transponder standby, and then only the checklist left, and then that's it. Parking brake can be released now. Checklist completed. And so here we are. Welcome once again to Tel Aviv, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed that flight over from Frankfurt, flying the 777 Cargo in the Lufthansa colors. Very beautiful airplane, I really have to say that. Absolutely stunning. And yeah, there's not much else to say at this point, so thanks very much for tuning in. Hope to see you on the next flight as well. Take care. Bye bye.